Hi there, my name is Serena and I'm a children's librarian at the Seattle Public Library. Welcome to Early Learning from Home. One of the things I love to do right now is take walks around the city of Seattle. Today I'm walking around the Capitol Hill neighborhood of Seattle. And can you guess where I'm standing? Most importantly, I am standing on Indigenous land, the traditional territories of the Coast Salish people. With gratitude, I acknowledge the Duwamish people, the first people of Seattle. The Duwamish are still here, continuing to honor and bring light to their ancient heritage. I am also standing in front of the Capitol Hill branch of the Seattle Public Library. Right now, as this is being filmed, the library is still closed, but we look forward to the day when we can open our doors and see you again. I'm ready to walk to our next destination. Remember, if you're walking in groups of people, it's important to wear your mask. Are you ready to go? Come along with me and find out where we're going. Here we are at Volunteer Park. I came here today to show you something very special that is related to the early learning activity we will be doing today. Parents and grown-ups, there are 5 activities you can do with your children to help them get ready to read. Playing, talking, writing, singing, and reading. Today we will be doing a lot of talking, playing, and maybe even some singing. Behind me is a pond, and can you guess who is swimming around? Ducks and ducklings are swimming around. I love watching them float around the pond, swimming and foraging for food. Watching the ducks always makes me think about how some things float and how other things sink. Today we are going to find a variety of objects in nature and at home, and then we are going to experiment by putting them in water to see if they sink or float. You can look for things in your own backyard if you have one, or you can look around your neighborhood or a park. Let's see what we can find here in Volunteer Park. Remember, we want to respect the earth and we don't want to disturb living things. Let's look for objects on the ground like rocks or fallen leaves or who knows what else. I brought a jar with me and I'm still at the duck pond, and it looks like I found some of those nifty helicopters that fall out of the trees. I'm gonna put them in my jar. I see a couple more here. Yeah, what else can we find? Now I'm just walking along a trail and I see a feather. Do you think a feather will float? Well, I'm gonna put it in my jar to see if we can find out. Our jar is pretty full, so I think it's time to leave Volunteer Park. We're gonna head home and we're gonna have some fun with sinking and floating. Now I'm home and we get to experiment. The first thing I'm going to get out is a clear container filled with water. Here we go. I'm going to use this glass bowl, but you can use any kind of container you have. If you have a clear container, it's fun to watch things sink to the bottom. Now I'm going to get out all of the things I collected at the park, along with some items from my home. So I'm going to get out the jar of things we found at Volunteer Park. There's a pine cone, there's rocks, I see a feather, and some of those helicopters. I also have some things that I found here at my house. I have this cute little green hollow frog. I have a red book eraser. And this is a blue license plate that has my name on it, Serena. So the first thing we get to do is we're going to drop our items into the water and see if they sink or float. But before they do that, I just want to tell the grown-ups that before your child drops an item into the water, have them tell you what it is and ask them if they think it is going to sink or float. Then let them drop it into the water. What will I try first? I'm going to try the rock. I wonder if it will sink or float. I think it might float. Whoa, that sunk. How about the feather? What will the feather do? Will it sink or float? I'm really not sure. The feather is floating. Wow. Let's try one more thing we found at the park. Let's try the pine cone. What will the pine cone do? I think the pine cone's going to sink. What? It's floating. Wow. Well, let's choose one of the things I found at my house. I'm going to do this little green frog. It's not that heavy, so I think it might float. Let's see. I was right. The green frog is floating. After your child has dropped an item in the water, you can ask them what happened and why they think that happened. This activity involves a lot of talking, and it's a great opportunity to ask open-ended questions to your child. Open-ended questions like, why do you think it floats? Allow your child to go beyond a single one-word answer. This activity incorporates talking and different elements of play. The more you talk with your child, the more their vocabulary will grow, along with their ability to communicate. Hopefully, as you do this with your child, you will allow them to play with the water and the objects they found in whatever way they want. That is safe, of course. Our sink or float activity also loosely incorporates the scientific method. Your child is making observations, developing a prediction, experimenting, and discussing the results. A second activity you can add to this experiment is a boat, a little raft. I know some of you might have a plastic boat you play with in the bathtub, but if you don't have one, you can create a boat out of tin foil or a milk carton or other materials you might have around the house. Before we start this activity together, let's sing a song. Has anyone sung Row, Row, Row Your Boat before? We'll sing it a couple of times. And make sure you're ready to row. Let's practice. Go back and forth. So are you ready? Here we go. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. One more time. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. So that was great singing. So now we're ready to do our activity with the boat. So not only do you need to have your boat, but you also need to have some rocks or coins, or you could do marbles, but something that you have quite a few of. In this jar I have quite a few rocks that I got from Volunteer Park. So we're going to put the boat on top of the water. Here we go. Is it going to float? Aha! And now we are going to add a rock one at a time, and we want to see how many rocks it will take to sink the boat. So let's count them out one at a time. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Uh-oh. Oh, we sunk the boat! We used 8 rocks. Thank you for spending some time with me today, everyone. I hope you have a great time doing this activity. Please come back and visit the Seattle Public Library's Kids YouTube page. Each week we post new videos like this. There are videos of librarians sharing early learning activities, performers doing magic and dancing, and much more. Goodbye, everyone.